We will start the session with the quote. Success in the knowledge economy comes to those who know themselves, their strength, their values, and how they best perform. So, this is a quotation given by very popular management thinker, the father of the modern management, Peter Drucker. So in this session 23rd, we will discuss the contributions of Peter Drucker to the field of management. A very contemporary scholar, management thinker. So in this session, you will be able to understand the different contributions of Peter Drucker to the field of management. So a little bit information about the Peter Drucker. So born in Vienna, 1909, and worked as professor of management at New York University, as well as he worked as consultant for various organizations in General Motors or in General Electric companies. But very interesting factor about Peter F. Drucker is, even though he wrote many books, or he called as the management scholar, he came from the background of psychology, sociology, law, and journalism. So here, he viewed as management should be dynamic, should be a life-giving element of the organization. So he authored nearly 39 books. Out of that, very two important books like Practice of Management in 1954, as well as in 1964, Management by Results. So we will discuss the contribution of Tucker to the management. Because of all these contributions, he is known as the father of modern management. Now here is the list of the contributions. He focused on the nature of management. He talked about management function, about the structure of organization, how should it be. He talked about the decision making pattern, federalism concept. A very important contribution of Peter Drucker is management by objectives, very popularly known as MBO concept, introduced in 1954. And last one, he focused on organizational change. One by one, we will discuss examples. First one, about the nature of management. So Drucker is against the bureaucratic system. To some extent, the bureaucratic management theory was developed by Max Weber. So they always give preference to rules, regulations. There is no scope for any kind of innovation. So Drucker was viewed that when there is a bureaucratic system, always the employees are feeling that monotonous work nature. They have to work under the particular one rules. There is no scope for any kind of innovation or the new ideas and all. That's why Drucker focused on the organization should be innovative. So they should emphasis on creative management. Means manager should be innovator. The innovation can be done in many ways. So there should be a blend of old ideas as well as new ideas. So entire new concept you can take. So when there is innovation, then only I think the creativity will come. And second one is about the perspective of the employees. So the employees, they require skills, they require techniques, but here Drucker is focused on the perspective of the manager. Means when to use that particular skill or when to use that particular technique. So that should be known to the employees. So employees or manager, they should have that right perspective. And coming to that, management is more practice. He focused that management is not a science. It should come through the practice. So this is his viewpoint with respect to the first contribution. In the second contribution, he focused that management has no function. Means it's an integral part of the organization. It should be one organ of the organization. You can't separate management and organization. Here, management should work or should contribute in achieving the objectives or mission or purpose of the organization. And very important here, making the worker as well as work more productive. So you should focus on the workers as well as on the work, be more productive by using the resources with the optimum manner. And third one, along with the profit making objectives, the organization should fulfill the social responsibilities. There should be some kind of social impact. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Nowadays we are calling with respect to corporate social responsibilities. So that is contributed by Peter F. Drucker. Those time Peter Drucker was focused on the social responsibility part of the organization. The companies, they are taking so many things from the environment. So something back be given to the environment in the form of social responsibility programs. As a manager, he should set the objectives very clearly and there should be a proper decision making, right decision they have to take. Next, they have to organize the resources. It may be men, material, or machinery. And finally, you have to motivate the employees. So when you motivate them, then only they will work for the organization. Then only you can achieve your objectives or goals. The third contribution of Drucker with respect to the organization structure. Again, he is criticizing the structure of the organization. Usually, we are having the hierarchy of the structure, top level, the middle level, or lower level, and people are given the positions based on the power, based on maybe their experience, the number of service. So they are given the positions. So it is the nature of the bureaucratic management. So here, Peter F. Drucker again he criticized the position-based organization structure. The organization structure should be based on performance. Those are performing efficiently, they should be given promotion or they should be given top position. And very important is there should be a least number of managerial levels. The hierarchical chain should be less. In order to contribute that, there are three analyses are made about activity, decision, and relation analysis. Fine. In the first one, activity analysis, here the manager should see that what need to be done, how, when, all these analysis should be done. And in the decision analysis stage, when you take a decision, see that the quantum of the risk involved in that, or under which perspective you are taking the decision, and in a relation analysis, you should coordinate the activities. So then only you can achieve the objectives. So with respect to organization structure, nowadays we can see that in most of the companies, in private companies, we can see that the young people they are taking the CEO or managing director position. So that is a contribution of Drucker. So structure should be based on performance, not the positions. Next, another important contribution with respect to the management is federalism. It is a very familiar concept to us. In our constitution, in Indian constitution, we have the federalism structure where central as well as the state government is managing or is running the country, where central government is having certain powers in particular matters, as well as state government also entrusted with certain powers. So this is the beauty of the federalism concept. He quoted that centralized control in decentralized structure means earlier days the top management they are having all the authorities, they are taking the decisions, and the middle level and lower level they are following the decisions. But under the federalism structure, so all the three levels they have to set the priority in decision making to what extent they can take the decisions. For example, in banking sector, to the respective branch manager is given the authority of sanctioning a loan without taking the higher authority permission. After going through all the documents and all, documents and ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿನ ಪ್ರಬಂಧಕರಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಲಿಮಿಟ್ನ ತನಕ ಲೋನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Means there is some kind of a centralized structure or centralized control, we can say that, but there is some decentralization, autonomy is given to the employees in the decision making process. How that we can see in our constitution with respect to the central and state government relationship. And the last contribution is management by objectives, popularly known as MBO. Introduced in the year of 1954. Because the concept is introduced, the reason behind this, when objectives or goals are set. Earlier days, the objectives are set by only the top level management, and the middle and lower level employees, they are not having any involvement in the objective setting. So if they are having any kind of problem in the objectives or goals, so there is no scope to communicate that. It's like one kind of a top-down approach we had. But in management by objective concept, Peter Drucker focused that jointly they have to set the objectives. Jointly setting objectives means management and employees set together According to their efficiency, they have to set the objectives. So then the employees will work with respect to achievement of that objectives. And he focuses that the objective should be SMART, where S stand for specific, M should be measurable, A it should be achievable, R stand for it should be relevant, and T stand for time bound. Means within the time period it should be possible to achieve. So while setting the objectives, the SMART principle should be followed. And once you set the objectives, there should be a periodic review between the management and the employees, maybe weekly review or monthly review you can have. See that whether the things are going in right direction, the way in which you focus, whether we can achieve the goal. And once the periodic review will be done, and when the things are done, when employees are achieving the results, so there should be allocation of reward based on their progress. You have to appreciate them, or you have to give some kind of monetary rewards. So when the rewards are given, definitely the employees will be motivated. They will work very hard, even though it's a small performance also. So there should be some kind of a reward. So in childhood days and all, we experienced that. Our parents will motivate, will encourage. If you pass 90% or 80%, so you'll be given cycle or you'll be given some kind of gift. There's some kind of a motivation will work to achieve that particular results. And last one, the fourth stage, control mechanism is required if goals are not fulfilled. Means some kind of a corrective actions. Whenever I think you fix the one objectives, when that objective is not possible to achieve, again you have to revise that. Again you have to sit together. Again you have to start with the process. And later this concept was called as management by results. A very popular concept. The workers or employees or lower level workers, they are involved in the decision making process. And he talked about the change required in the organization. He visualized that rapid changes in the society because of the rapid technological development. So nowadays we can see that to what extent the technological development is happening. The new concept like artificial intelligence is coming, big data is coming, technological revolution is coming in every field. You can see that. Though he is not resistant to the change, but he feels that some kind of a concern should be given with respect to the human life. In the name of the technology, in the name of innovation, the human factor is ignored. So along with the human factor, we have to change ourselves. So to conclude, ultimately, with respect to the contributions of Peter Drucker, he is the finest modern management thinker in terms of his background or his groundbreaking ideas on management as well as the business discipline. Great scholar. There are no question regarding the Drucker's capabilities or wisdom or intelligence about the management, leadership, entrepreneurship. Thank you.